What happens when paths we rely on disappear? This is the story of how we restored access to one of Massachusetts' hidden natural treasures and discovered what it means to lead through action. Let's meet the team.
Hi, my name is Dani. I'm a psychology major, and my favorite thing about nature is probably the fresh air and the trees.
Hi, my name is Emery, and I'm a freshman animal science major.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a public health epidemiology major, and I love rock climbing.
Hello, I'm Ethan, horticulture.
We partnered with the Ashfield Trails Committee to restore trails at Bear Swamp, located on land protected by the trustees. These trails connect our community to vital conservation land, but without maintenance, they become impassable, cutting people off from a beautiful lookout and a historical sugar house.
Parts of Ashfield Trails corridor follow historic routes such as the Old Connecticut Path and Bay Path, a Native American trail later used by early colonists, which helped shape settlement patterns in the area. Ashfield later grew as a mill and rail village, and many abandoned rail corridors now form recreational trails. Ashfield's reservoir lands and connections to the Bay Circuit and Upper Charles Trail projects as key public recreation and conservation assets. Local trail committees actively plan, fundraise, and build connections to nearby towns, keeping everyone connected. We acknowledge that the land on which Ashfield, Massachusetts sits on is the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Nipmuc people who have lived in what is now central Massachusetts for countless generations. We honor the enduring connection of the Pecumtuck Nation. We are grateful for the stewardship of the Nipmuc people and acknowledge their history. As we gather, recreate, and care for Ashfield's trails, we commit ourselves to continuing to learn, reflect, and act in ways that uplift and respect Indigenous presence and sovereignty.
Civic engagement is taking responsibility for shared spaces and future. Show up and work with others to make true improvements. Change happens when people care to act.
We worked with the trustees and the Ashfield Trails Committee, which maintains over 30 miles of trails throughout Ashfield. Their mission is to preserve public access to nature while protecting these ecosystems. We chose this project because it combined physical conservation work with community impact. The world would be a different place if everyone volunteered more. When you invest your time and energy into your community, you don't just maintain the trails, you maintain hope. You prove that small actions matter, that nature is worth protecting, and that we all have the power to lead. This trail now welcomes hundreds of hikers each year to experience conservation land and connect with nature.
An estimate of over 600 people a year will use new trails like these. That's roughly 8 times the capacity of our classroom. Environmental leadership is very important, and more should take part in making our environments accessible. We would like to thank Phil Pless, our community leader, and the Ashfield Trails Committee for giving us this opportunity. Everyone should take charge to make the world a better place.